50 years later, we are still talking about Code Lyoko. The French animated series was created by French animator Thomas Roman and Tanya Palumbo. The show originated from a short film that Roman and others worked on, and it screened at an animated film festival in the year 2000. The short called attention of the French animation company X.A.N.A Films. This would lead to the development of the project called Garage Kids in 2001. Similar to Code Lyoko, 4 teens go into a virtual world, except in Garage Kids, the virtual world was called Xanadu. After working on the show's plot such as why are they fighting X.A.N.A? How would they fix the town after everybody has seen the destruction, and have the heroes fix it without people being suspicious?
Return to the past, now!
And even changing the name from the show Garage Kids to a different name, we finally got the show Code Lyoko. The show first premiered on France 3 on the 3rd of September 2003. In the United States, the show premiered on the 19th of April 2004 on Cartoon Network. The final season came out during 2007. So why do we still talk about the show? Make videos on the internet about Code Lyoko? And looking for episodes online 20 years later? Well, my take on it is that it was a good show in terms of storylines. It had a simple main storyline in just about every episode of Santa is up to no good, the Lyoko Warriors tries to fix it, is the reset button after most episodes, and it had its fair share of complicated storylines. The love story between Yorick and Yumi. How did Alita get into Lyoko, and why is she stuck there? And more. The writing director for the first 3 seasons of Code Lyoko, Sophie de Croisset, actually commented on the show's writing in an interview back in 2016, talking about in terms of writing mainly for young children, saying, quote, "No, I never felt censored. I find that the concept was at the end of its promises, with the only constraint being a self-imposed one, to tell stories for children of 6 to 12 years. The fact that the series pleases much older people proves that we wrote much more complicated scripts than the original concept allowed us to imagine." And there were numbers to show that Code Lyoko was one of the Cartoon Network's better shows in 2006, especially during the show's 3rd season. The show won awards in France, and it even had its own website. Though the website no longer works, there are images on what the website looked like. Let me know in the comments below if you ever went on this website, because I never got the chance to, unfortunately. Another reason I think the show has stayed in the minds of many is because of the art style of the show. The real world was animated in one style, and the virtual world was animated in another. This makes it easier for viewers to tell where the characters are and what is happening. To many who grew up watching Code Lyoko, this might have been the first time seeing 3D CGI animation being used, or being used in a good way. Like the fact that CGI looked this good for a show that was like this 20 years ago is amazing considering how CGI was looking before 2000. X.A.N.A itself is an artificial intelligence that's evil and wants to take over the world. Mind you, AI and the internet were still fairly new when the show was being planned and written. It's kinda cool to see a show giving us a perspective back in the early 2000s on what AI could look like as a villain in a popular show. The show had it all, from character development to easy reset after the end of every episode.
Return to the past now!
Stories that had a mostly proper beginning, conflict, resolution, and end. Felt like all viewers of all ages can watch the show and enjoy it. It blows my mind that we're all still talking about an animated show that is 20 years old. Are the animation styles a little dated? Well, yeah, they are, considering how regular animation looks now, and how 3D CGI has evolved within the last 20 years. It's wonderful to go back and look for a masterpiece of a show you saw as a kid, and watch it as an adult, and still see that it's a masterpiece. During this video, I used clips from some of my favorite episodes from Code Lyoko. What's some of your favorite episodes from the series? Put them in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe also, it will really help out my page.